Hey y'all, Lisa here with our Georgia Suburban Homestead. It's July 3rd and I won the lottery and have to work on July 4th. But at the depot we tend to celebrate together as a family. So everyone's bringing a dish. I asked people what they enjoyed that I make, and someone remembered my deviled eggs from, God, it's been a year since I've made my deviled eggs for people. So I'm going to show you how I do it. It was requested at the Home Depot by the staff. And we're going to start by washing my unwashed eggs. And I'm going to use a combination of duck eggs and chicken eggs. Now, some people may not be aware that if you take the egg directly from the nest and don't wash it and set it on your countertop at room temperature, that it'll last about 40-45 days without going bad. If you wash them and put them in the refrigerator, they're only good for 2 weeks, okay? Why is that so? Well, there's a coating that comes out of the chicken or the duck as it comes out of the bird that actually keeps the egg good until they can start sitting on it. And since most birds will lay every other day or every 3 days, it takes a while to get the correct number of eggs that most birds like in what's called a clutch before they start incubating the eggs by sitting on them. So if you take the eggs directly from the nest, then you know you've got several weeks that you can put them on your countertop and use them without risking them rotting and stinking and going bad on you. But they are also covered with potentially with salmonella and other things that you could associate with chicken poop. So before you even begin to cook with them, you need to wash them. Now what I use is a scrubby sponge impregnated with antibacterial dishwashing soap, not detergent, soap, and we just scrub them and rinse them in cold water or warm water, and then put them into the pot for boiling. So this is how I do it. I'm doing 40 eggs. Okay, to have easier to peel eggs, what you need to do is put a splash of white vinegar in your egg water. Now we wait for it to boil. Okay, the eggs have come to a rolling boil, and now I've turned them down to a simmer. And we do this for 13, that's 13 minutes. Time's up. I got a pot full of ice. Pot full of ice. Gonna let that fill with water. Gonna dump the eggs. Eggs in the ice water. And we start peeling. Alright, so I've got all the eggs peeled. Now I'm going to cut them in half, those that'll get stuffing, and then we had so many fall apart that we're going to do an egg salad, and then I'll surround it on the bowl with the actual deviled eggs. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the eggs in half. And remove the yolks. So when you come back, the next time, the next step will be adding the flavoring. Okay? See you in a little bit. Okay, so we've got the egg yolks separated, and I've got about a cup of mayonnaise. I'm keeping the mayonnaise out because I may want it a little bit creamier. And I buy whole peppercorns and then grind my own. So I was about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. That's about what, half a tablespoon of salt. I may have to add more. Absolutely have to have garlic, and this is garlic I minced up in advance. I'm going to put a tablespoon of garlic in there. Now the secret ingredient that isn't so secret that I put into my egg salad and my deviled eggs is my homemade Jamaican Sunshine. And that's a matter of taste and how hard you can go. Because the Jamaican Sunshine is made, well heck, I'll show it to you. Okay, so my ingredient that everyone seems to adore that makes my egg salad and deviled eggs so different is Jamaican Sunshine relish. Now there's a link that I'll try to remember to put down below to give you the recipe. Unfortunately, unless you live in an area that has an abundance of international peppers available year-round, you won't be able to find Scotch bonnet. But I grow the peppers for this, and it's a combination of Scotch bonnet peppers, which are pretty darn hot, jalapenos, which are like half the heat of a Scotch bonnet, and cayennes, which are about like a jalapeno but different flavor. So I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of my relish in here, and that's probably going to be too hot for Charlie, but I adore it. So, and the people at work seem to be able to handle my level of heat, or most of them anyhow. So this is what we do. 1, 2, 3. This is one of my favorite tools. A nice hand mixer. My husband would call it a blender. He's from a different part of the country, and we just had an argument over whether it was a mixer or a blender, and he left the room. What do you call that thing? And you want to blend it smooth. Well, I'll add chopped red onion and celery from the garden. And that's about half a small red onion. Add another half a cup. Of mayo, that's about the end of that jar. And I'm going to add a little bit of the vinegar from the relish. That ought to be good. And back to blending. That's the consistency I like. So then we have parsley. Now, I have parsley in the garden, but it's storming, so I'm not going to walk out and get the parsley out of the garden. So, dried parsley is just as good. And it's a matter of taste and how much you put that on. I've taken the extra whites and gone around the edge of the bowl. This is berbere spice made from peppers and other spices from Ethiopia. It's kind of hot, spicy, warming, lip smacking. Blue stuff to be served on crackers. The shells that survived my brutal peeling. Going to put a cover on this and we're ready to go for tomorrow. So I hope that looks good to you. It actually is quite tasty. Charlie, wherever he is over here, would probably tell you that it's too spicy. Do you want to taste some, Charlie?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I'll get a spoon. Ready? Open the air hanger. Gotta give it a second for it to hit.
It does build up.
It does build up.
Yeah. They may like it. Ooh. Where's my drink?
It's perfect. That's his reaction. It's good. Okay. Until next time, how about... See ya.